back to another episode of the Friday Tech Roundup. I'm Louise and I'll be taking you through the latest and greatest tech news from the past week. And don't forget you can read more on everything mentioned by clicking the links in the comments below. Ready to dive in? Let's go. So first up, the Linux Foundation is to introduce a new DevOps bootcamp. As the demand for DevOps practices is increasing, the company believes it is essential to train the next generation and talents with the best DevOps skills. The company has partnered with the Continuous Delivery Foundation, and the bootcamp will allow existing professionals to update their skills and give more opportunities to young talents. So next up, Facebook is to hire 10,000 in the EU to work on their metaverse, which is an online world used to communicate, work and game in a virtual environment, often using VR headsets, giving us real Matrix vibes. Facebook has said that investing in the EU holds many advantages, including access to a large consumer market, first-class universities and high-quality talent. This comes just as Facebook are reportedly to rebrand with a company name change, following complaints about how it handles user safety. Number 3, supermarket giant Tesco has launched its very first checkout-free Get-Go store in London. The FTSE company is working with TryGo, which builds AI-powered products for retail stores, to introduce cameras and weight sensors that can see what people have bought and help the retailer calculate the bill. Unlike previous cashless stores, the Get-Go shop will only offer a checkout-free experience, meaning users will need to have the app to use the store. Number 4, DEFRA and UK&I have partnered to launch a funding programme aimed at driving adoption of innovative technology in the agricultural sector. They will make £17.5 million available in the first of 3 rounds and have already started accepting applications. And finally, number 5, Microsoft has introduced a new and slightly controversial feature to Teams. Microsoft Teams chat supervisors will now be able to delete messages. This was initially aimed at protecting children, however, the message detection feature has general availability, which means that any organisation will be able to adopt it, perhaps leaving employees feeling like their speech is being policed. So this raises the question, who will have the authority to determine what is inappropriate and off topic? So that's all the tech news we've got time for, but of course it's time for our ECS Shout Outs. Firstly, it was refreshing to see Jes Staley, Group CEO of Barclays, post his very first LinkedIn post earlier this week. Jes says how he will be using the platform to explain what Barclays thinks about some of these shifts, the actions they're taking and how colleagues are reacting to the overall strategic direction of the bank. If you're interested in innovation in the finance space, it might be worth giving him a follow. Also, Hitachi has released their sustainability report for 2021, outlining their commitment to all 17 of the UN established Sustainable Development Goals. The report is a decent 189 pages, so it might be worth boiling the kettle before you dive in. Also, not forgetting our DevOps Playground next week on the 27th of October at 6 p.m, which will be a hands-on stateful apps with Kubernetes with our awesome partner OnDat. So thank you for joining me on this week's episode of the Friday Tech Roundup. I'll see you next week with even more tech news.